Hi students, this is your instructional video on how to use the online components of your textbook. Remember, you need your textbook by the end of this week in order to be able to complete this entire class because the textbook access codes will give you access to everything in your chapters. So if you don't have it by the end of the week, make sure you have at least the trial. And then when the trial ends, you need to have your textbook, or like I said, you won't pass this class. Okay, so this is how your class is going to look next week when it comes to the chapter or each chapter. You're going to start off with the PowerPoint lecture, and with this lecture, you cannot access my audio without downloading it. So you need to download it first. Once it's finished downloading, okay, I'm waiting for it to download. It's almost done. Okay, there we go. So when it's done downloading, upload it by just clicking on that, just like how I did, and click Enable Editing. You're not really going to edit, you just are going to play the slideshow. And then go to the slideshow, start from beginning. Okay, so there it is. Okay, so I'm going to end it. So those are your lecture notes. Not every single one of the slides has my picture, but they will have my voice. So you get a chance to listen to it. Okay. So that's the PowerPoint. I'm going to click out of that and go back to the class. And notice how I'm kind of navigating through the class. I'm using different shortcuts, so pay attention to those. Okay, next, after the PowerPoint lecture, I have given you breakdowns of your chapter. Okay, so this will help you gauge your reading and your ability to retain the information. So once the chapter pops up and again, oh, and the other thing you need to do, make sure that your pop-up blocker is turned off on your computer because then these won't pop up. Okay. All right, so finally it's up. So here's your textbook, chapter 1. You read it. Now let's say that font size and the page is just too small for you. So you can simply just increase it right here. That might be too big, just like that. You can bookmark your pages. You can search for something on the page. You can, okay, that's just your sign in and sign out. Oh, by the way, once this opens, I forgot to mention, you will be prompted to enter your access codes. If you don't have access codes when you purchase the book, that means you don't have access to this online information. So you need to make sure that when you purchase the book, you have those access codes. Then the codes will allow you to open it right away. Okay, so this little menu bar right here will give you the menu of the entire book. So if you're on this page and you just need to go to a different chapter, then you can do so here. Okay. All right. Now, let's say as you're reading, you realize, hey, I really want to highlight this information. So you can actually highlight from your book here. Okay, let's say you want to highlight the 4 goals. So you can do that. And then choose what color you want your highlight. So I'm going to choose pink. And I also have the option of writing a sticky note in there. Remember these for the test. And that's true. You will need to remember these for the test. I'm just writing myself a short note, but you can also expand the knowledge that you gained here. You can summarize whatever type of notes you want to put here and then save. Okay, now you can open that little sticky and then you can review what you wrote. You can edit what you wrote. Um, you can share this information. I don't know exactly how that works with Pearson, but I will let you go ahead and work with that on your own. Or you can just trash it because you made a mistake. Okay, whatever you want to do. Those are your choices. Okay, and that's it for that highlighting and taking notes in your book. And like I said, you can bookmark. Let's say you want to bookmark this page, and from this menu bar, you can look at all your notes that you took, which is nice because you can make a copy of your notes and print them out and study them. You can also look at your bookmarks to make sure you go back to the page you need to go to. Okay, so this is a great study tool right here for your notes, again, to help you study. All right, that is your chapter. And to move to the next page, you just simply move this arrow. You can also move to specific pages, like you want to go straight to page 5. You know, that's how you move to different pages. Or you can just simply move the arrow back and forth to go to whatever the next page or the page before. Okay, so that is how you use your book readings through your chapter modules. The next thing that you will have to do is your self-check. Okay, so I'm clicking on this because these are the rules. As you are reading, there's going to be a self-check on page 10. And unfortunately, I have no access to that. You all have to show me that you completed the self-check. So what you need to do is follow these instructions, okay? You can either take a picture of it, of your results, and this is the results page of your self-check. You can take a picture of it and upload the picture and make sure that picture is clear. Because if it's not clear, I'm not giving you a grade on it. It needs to be clear picture. Or you can use the snipping tool. There's this snipping tool right here with the little scissors at the bottom. If it's not on the bottom of your bar down there, toolbar, then you can just easily look it up and just put snipping tool right there and it pops up. Okay, and of course you have to have the most updated Microsoft um, software. And then, so I'm going to click on it. I'm going to click new. Let's say this is the results page right here. And all I have to do is drag my little plus sign on what I actually want to snip. And then I can either copy it and paste it, or I can save it onto my drive somewhere. Okay, so let's say I just want to copy it onto a page. Now for this Dropbox, you're going to have to add an attachment. Okay, students, so I'm continuing on with the Dropbox. Okay, I'm going to go back. Sorry. So here's the Dropbox, and I just copied and pasted that snip, or sorry, copied it. And what I have to do now is put it on a Word document because the Word, because it needs to be pasted somewhere, or else you won't be able to upload it. Okay, so I'm uploading the Word document, opening the Word document, and then there it is. Okay, it's very simple. You just paste it like that, save it somewhere, save onto your, let's just save it on the desktop somewhere. Okay, and save it with a specific type of title so you can locate it. Okay, so I'm going to upload, look for my document, there it is. and then it says upload is in there, and then I will click submit. Okay. Now, let's say you accidentally submitted the wrong thing. You cannot delete these, but you can double check if you did submit the right document. So you click on the document and then you can double check. I'm not going to open it because well, I can open it. There it is. It was the right document. But let's say it wasn't, then all you have to do is go back and upload again. That's it. No problem. Even though these are not, you're not able to delete them, which is fine, I am only going to accept the most recent submission. I'm not going to look at the previous submissions, so don't worry about that. Okay, so that is how you submit for your self-checks. So I will need to see the results page to make sure you have completed those self-checks. And then there'll be some possible application exercises where you have a scenario-based. Okay, so you're given, I'm going to go to question 1 here. You're given once you click start the quiz, you're given a scenario here and then you answer it. All right, go to the next question because you've got 2 questions here. Read the scenario, answer it, and when you're finished, submit the quiz. Okay, and I will grade them accordingly. And then you are done with that. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the chapter module by clicking this breadcrumb at the top. Okay. And then there is, after that, you're going to read the next several pages. So I have read the directions here. Okay, read the pages. On page 20, you need to watch a video that is presented there. It's a really good video. Then after that, you're going to do the self-check 1.2 within those pages 10 through 25. I don't remember. It's probably on page 25. Do the self-check and then do the same thing. You're going to submit your results page. Then there is a discussion board on that video on page 20. Okay. Now remember, when you click onto this book section of the book, and you don't have to read the book here. You can also read the book because you purchased the hardback. You can read the hardback book. You just won't have access to those videos or the self-checks in your book. You have to access the self-checks and the videos through D2L, which is the Pearson text, okay? And again, you have the same features as last time, but you probably want to be on page 10 to continue on with your reading, okay? See how page 10 has that self-check? Okay, so on page, let's move to page 25. Page 25 should have that self-check, second self-check. You scroll down and there it is, okay? So at the end of each one of your pages, there is not each one of the pages, each section of pages of reading that you have, there is a self-check. Now, I may or may not assign all of them. But for this time in this chapter, you will be assigned these because you're practicing still how to use the textbook. So like I said, you are practicing with the online components, but this is how the modules will be set up. You'll have a lecture. The lecture will give you a guidance on your readings. So I don't want you to just listen to the lecture and not read your textbook. Make sure that you are doing everything in order, because if you don't do everything in order, you will get confused, okay? And that is how you will work throughout the semester.